to a deeper level where you cannot connect. Intimacy, emotional availability that you give to your partner. So if I'm giving 5 people my attention, I don't have to go deep. I don't have to go to the depth of who I am and be vulnerable. I just get to be superficial. With this one, we go clubbing. With this one, we go to dinners. With this one, you know what I mean? So exactly. So you are dividing yourself because you fear that deep intimacy where you get an emotional connection that is really the essence of what a real commitment is. Commitment is not just, hey, we're putting on rings, we're married today, great, we've signed on a piece of paper. It's before you sign that piece of paper. It's the intimacy and the emotional availability you are giving to your partner and also to your kids. And remember, if you're doing it to your partner, I assure you, you're doing it to your kids as well, and your kids can sense it. And that's why I say trauma goes just beyond the physical trauma that we see, and it goes even to the verbal trauma that people experience because of what didn't happen in their lives, what their parents couldn't give them. They gave them everything financially, but they were never emotionally available to them. Those are the type of things we need to be aware of as people, that they also cut as deep, you know? They also cut as deep, and we are scared. We're in a generation where people are so scared to be vulnerable. We want to be perfect. We want to look and present our best selves. And I like what you said. You said we need to help people, so we need to help them be real.
Yeah,
we need to be real with truth. And that's what our generation is lacking. And that's where, if you can be really honest with yourself about why you have this commitment phobia.
Oh, I want us to continue after the news. We're going to get real afterwards on 0861987000. I'll take your calls as well. Are you afraid of commitment? Maybe you've been hurt and now you're thinking, I'd rather share my time with 5 people than just the one. Top us one. Let's get your latest Science Power News. Thanks, Faith. Good afternoon. In news making headlines at the SAWA, President Cyril Ramaphosa has told the Constitutional Court that his suspension of Busisiwe Mkhwebane was not hasty. Ramaphosa argues that he gave the public protector enough time to make representations before suspending her. The arguments are being presented at the Apex Court, where Mkhwebane is challenging her suspension. Advocate Jeff Butlander, acting on behalf of Ramaphosa, says the president followed all due processes.
It started on the 18th of March 2022. That's when the president informed Advocate Mkhwebane that he was considering suspending her and invited her to make representations. Second, the main reason the matter was not brought to a head earlier was that Advocate Mkhwebane requested and the president granted several extensions for the filing of her representations.
In other news, the lawyer representing the former Gauteng Health MEC, Dani Mahlangu, at the Life Estimene inquest says the former MEC was never informed about court cases to challenge the termination of the Life Estimene contract. Advocate Lawrence Hodes has said this during the cross-examination of the former head of mental health care services at the department, Dr. Magabo Manamela. He was asking questions about the court challenges to stop the termination brought by advocacy group Section 27 and the South African Depression and Anxiety Group in 2015.
My client, the MEC, was not made aware of those court cases. Do you have any comment?
No comment.
Well, it seems illogical. I need to put it to you. Dealt with the media releases that your report says she is responsible for. So the logical conclusion would be that she ought to have been made aware of these court cases. Do you have any comments?
Project. MEC email admitted meeting.
The MEC is the one who was calling the meetings.
I will have more on these and other stories at 2. Many people have questioned the rationale of keeping Jan Oberholzer and Andre de Ruyter. What was the rationale for even giving him the CEO position? The one company, when he took over, it had a valuation of 20 billion. When he left 4 years later, it had a valuation of 5 billion. And yet he was given the most significant strategic state-owned enterprise to manage. I don't know how much more we can say it. We've asked the board to give us the rationale. The minister was asked the rationale. So I don't know what else we can do. But we need to learn from the Brazilians and many others. Those people say we're done.
Weekdays 9 a.m. to midday on Power 98.7.
Coming up on Power 987 this week, week is a special focus on the Private Security Industry Regulatory Authority. Tune in throughout the week as we engage with special guests from the authority to discuss how they govern the private security sector and exert effective control over the practice of the occupation of security service provider in the public and national interest and the private security industries.
So literally subconsciously leave a door open that says, if this will fail, I'll give it about 3 months, or I'll give it a week. We'll stop talking, one person will ghost or something like that. And that's unhealthy. It's unhealthy behaviors that we need to be aware of that lead to reinforcing these commitment phobe and this anxiety around commitment. It reinforces that idea. And those unhealthy coping strategies as well of like Luzugo said, when you are talking about this to others but not the person you're in a relationship with, you need to communicate these with your partner. They need to know that, dude, I'm scared now. I'm getting very anxious around because you are only seeing yourself like this. But if I look at you and I sit with you, I can tell you that you see yourself being insecure. You literally have a fear of commitment. You actually don't even you long for the connection, but you actually self-sabotage as well. So it's all those things that we need to work through as people and see why therapy is so important. So you can know yourself, know your weaknesses, know your strengths, and know what you're coming into a relationship with, and also be empowered with information to notice if your partner is not pulling through with his weight, if he does have an avoidant attachment style or has an anxious attachment style. So you can notice that and be like, I'm gonna have problems here, because those are the little red flags that we.
Hi, Mpo. Okay, let me.
Like in my case, growing up, I was exposed to unhealthy, based on how we associated with women. Now, out of concern for me, it was now a spiritual element where I would get attracted to someone. However, the attraction will then be, I find that when it comes to spiritual, that you will find
So
that
it's a constant state of paranoia. So it's like there's always it's almost like a little red flag or something is always unsettled.
Yeah, you become unsettled, but you find that on a long run, that was something on point, because there are certain things that you pick up that were not gonna be, that were going to be harmful to you, which by listening to that feeling, then it avoided this. With that time, I think that it's possible to get that anxiety out of concern, whereby now it leads you to a point where you find yourself in that position. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Luzuko, and I think the anxiety out of concern could be perhaps the subconscious telling you, because sometimes your mind, your spirit speaks. I call it the spirit speaking. But sometimes your spirit speaks and says, comment off. Like you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, but off. You know how to tell but the way we're supposed to, right? How are we able to differentiate between
linked to the unseen or linked to spirituality don't need any evidence but physical. You start having, I want to say dreams, but something feels like this guy is committed to someone else. You can use that type of, and you really feel uncomfortable about those. It's usually things that you really can't touch on.
Sure. I'm gonna go to Mpo in Sprite View. Mpo, hi.
Having a kid because that's the feeling you have.
Do you want a child, Mpo?
I would